He's one of the family. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. And I see I want Charles in charge of me. Charles in charge of our days and our nights. Charles in charge of our wrongs and our rights. And I see I want Charles in charge of me.
Thank you for tuning in to another Chuck's Corner. I think this is Chuck's Corner number 4 or 5. And today I'm here with Rhett Manuel, who apparently plays a very important role here at Patman. So do you mind explaining what your role is here?
Yeah, sure. So I am the CEO for Patriot Manufacturing. I kind of just oversee the whole business and just make sure that production is going well and we get products out the door and satisfy our customers.
All right. So why don't we go in there and then you can show us a bit of like the production process and how you guys go from like ink and a couple blank shirts to what you guys sell at the Spirit Shop.
Perfect. All right, let's go. This is kind of the office customer area. This is where we contact customers, receive orders from customers, and just find out what they are wanting, what we can do for them, and make sure that it's a job that we can do. And we get with the customers and make sure that we can make a perfect product for them. This is a lot of emailing. We also do design in this area. This is where we can make designs to put on t-shirts, and we can figure out what we're going to put on screens so that we can make the t-shirts for the people. Back in that corner, we have our graphic printing and vinyl area. This is where we make banners, t-shirts, posters. We can make like business cards, just any type of graphic printing on paper or t-shirts. This is a lot of alternative stuff to the screen printing because screen printing is always very busy. We have a lot of t-shirts going through screen printing. Everybody likes it, but this is a close second. Most customers like it also.
So then if you guys are busy with screen printing orders, would you guys just send everything over to vinyl then?
We can try to redirect customers to vinyl. We can show them other options. If they're asking for screen printing, we can say, hey, screen printing's backed up. You might not get your t-shirts exactly when you want them. We can offer vinyl, which is a close second, a little different, and we can tell them the differences, and if they like what they have, then we can take them over to vinyl.
Okay. All right. Okay, so then it's straight up just a secondary option then.
Yeah, for the most part. Some people would rather go the vinyl route. We use vinyl a lot more when we use the dry fit material and less cotton. It tends to do a lot better and be more reliable than as if you use cotton t-shirts in the screen printing area. It's what I like to call more of the fancy t-shirt designs, because this is where we do a lot more of polos and like better clothing products as far as polos, like fancy stuff that you would wear, formal type looking stuff. We have 2 embroidering machines. They are always sewing in designs that we can pull up from our computers. We also have a hat press in this section where we can press on patches on hats. And this is where we get a lot of the more business-like attire.
So when will the hat press be up and running?
The hat press, it was brand new this year. We just got it. We have been going through some logistics of it, figuring out what patches to buy, which patches we like, and figuring out what will fit on hats. And we're still figuring it out, but we should have it up and running pretty soon.
Okay, so then will it be a thing where you guys only have like preset patches, or like can people order custom patches?
It will be a thing where we have preset patches that we can put in Spirit Shop, stuff like that, and then people can also order custom patches, and we can get those for them and get them pressed onto the hats.
Oh, okay. So then, all right. So for the most part, it's all presets, but there is some like leniency for customizability.
Correct. Yes.
All right.
We like to do a lot of preset and also customizable options for people, because some people just want something that everybody can get, and some people want stuff that's specialized for themselves, and we can do it both here. So we really try to make the customers happy. Yeah. And then as we move over here, we have our engraving section. We have these two machines right here that use a laser cutter to etch designs onto certain materials such as plaques, trophies, tumblers, wallets, stuff like that. It's a machine. It is all programmed through computerized stuff, and our design guys can make designs to put into this machine also, which can etch onto tumblers like so to make designs on tumblers. This is our biggest portion of the business, the screen printing area. We have the screens that we are able to burn designs onto. I'll take you into the back here soon to show you how we do that, but we use these big screens and we're able to put designs onto them and push ink through the screens to put on t-shirts. And if you look over here into the business, you can see they're using the screens, pushing the ink onto the t-shirts. We have our flasher in the back that is used to apply heat to the shirt to make sure that the ink is dried properly before putting on another coat. We don't want any bad designs blurry. We want it all to be sharp, looking good. Over here in this corner we have our oven. This is what we put our t-shirts through at the very end just to cure the ink fully through, to make sure that whenever you wear the shirt multiple times, put it through the washer, dryer, stuff like that, that the shirt won't crack and peel over time, and it will really last a long while for you.
So then, how come you don't just use that one when like you're doing the final heating process and you're using that one instead?
So with the flasher, it's not as hot. The temperature is lower, and it's just a quick heat application to dry the first round of ink, just as a way to make it to where you can put another coat on top without having blurry designs. And then once you take the shirt off and put it through there, that's when it heats the shirt up to a higher temperature to make sure that the ink is fully dried all the way through, all layers, just to give it a finished result.
Okay. All right. Can you show us a bit on like how you guys make the screens then?
Sure, of course. That's over there in this corner.
Okay.
So this area of the business is what we like to call the behind the picture dirty section, because this is where you get a lot of cleaning and stuff kind of everywhere. So this is our cleaning and preparation storage kind of area. We have a power washer over there with a big sink where we're allowed to clean screens. We have blank screens like so. It's just a mesh screen that's ready to put emulsion on it. Emulsion is our applicator that we put onto the screens that we're able to put into the dark room, which I'll take you into later. And that's where we're able to put the designs onto the shirts. Over here in this area, we have all of our ink. This is all the stuff that we are putting on t-shirts to make sure, or to put on the designs. It shows, it goes on the shirts, and this is what it looks like before it's put on the shirts and dried. Back here is where we keep our designs for shirts, our films. It starts out as a film like this, just on a clear little plastic paper type thing, and it just shows up on black ink. And when we take it into our back room, this is where we're able to, this is the type of designs that we're able to put onto shirts. Okay, so this is the dark room. This room always has to keep no light. You're not allowed to have any light. So in this room, we have special light bulbs that cast off a different type of light to where it's not sensitive to the screens. These boxes. We have So inside of our drying box, we have screens with emulsion on them. They're blank, ready for a design to be printed onto them. So what we do is we'll put it over here in this area for measuring to make sure the design's straight. And this is just an old design to show for example. We take the design, we put it onto the screen, we make sure it's straight. And then from there, we take the screen, we throw it into this box over here. this is called our exposure table, and what it does is it's a bunch of light bulbs with black lights on them, and what you do is you put the screen on here. You have to have a vacuum sealing. You have to let it vacuum seal properly onto the screen to make sure that only the spots where the ink was on the films that you saw is exposed to the light.
Okay.
Therefore, whenever you take it out, that's the only spots that were exposed to the lights in here, because once you expose the emulsion to light, that's whenever you're allowed, like, able to see your designs. So then, after we take the screen out of here, after it's been exposed, we take it over here into this section. It's also just another hose area, and whenever the screen will come out of the light looking the exact same, like a blank screen, but whenever you take it over here into the washing area, you can spray water onto the screen, and then your design will just come up. It'll wash the emulsion out that was exposed to the light, and that gives us our designs that we're able to take out there and print onto shirts.
So then, how come you guys have to use like this like plastic film specifically? Why can't you guys just use regular copy paper? Because you said that it was just the ink that needs to be used to print the design, right?
Right. So with the plastic films that we use, it's different from regular copy paper just because it's a different material. And if you were to try to use like regular copy paper to expose onto the emulsion, whenever you expose it to the light, the emulsion would stick to all the regular paper, and that you have to use plastic to ensure that just the black design is what's going to be exposed onto your screen.
Okay. Well, why don't we go ahead and dive into the marketing side of it, right? I'd like to thank you for coming on to Chuck's Corner.
Thank you.
And let's head over to the marketing side of it. So I'm down here at the Spirit Shop. Some of you guys who have seen over TV news last year, I came down with a couple members of Patman over here to sort of tour around the Spirit Shop, see what they sell and how the process works. And I am here this year with Bailey Kay. Do you mind explaining what your role is a bit in Patman?
Yeah, sure. So I do like most of the marketing stuff, whether that's social media or like, I don't know how to explain it, more like ads, stuff on announcements for the business and just getting people interested in buying our products.
Okay, so then do you guys have any like big projects up and going as far as like I don't know, advertising or something like that?
Yeah, we're actually just about to open our online store. We'll be starting with a few different types of items, just typical hoodies, t-shirts, pants, and we're really excited about that because we haven't had one of those before. So,
When will the website be up? Will it be up by like by around Christmas time?
it should be up before then. It should be up pretty soon, but.
Okay. So then, do you mind sort of like showing us around and then telling us like the process you guys take to sell these different products and stuff?
Yeah, I can. Are we like walking around? Okay, yeah. So basically everything's separated by like the category. So just like shirts, there's children's, long sleeves, pants, pajama pants, sweatpants, and it's just categorized basically like a normal store would be. But also we have certain, like we have these tubs back here, if you can see, and those we can actually fill stuff with and transport it to the middle school, around the school, to sell during games, lunches, things like that. So.
Okay. So then, you said that you open the Spirit Shop during games and lunches. Is there like like specific games that you guys are open for or specific lunches?
We were open for the homecoming game, and we might do other ones. It's still undecided. We have to decide like as a team, and maybe during volleyball games and eventually basketball games and stuff like that. And as far as lunches, usually we're open Thursday A and B lunch.
Okay. So then I noticed that like these like red cupboards, there's another one over there. They're on wheels and it looks like they can sort of like latch up. Do you guys like take them to like other locations or?
Yes and no. The one that's over there, we usually take that to the middle school. We haven't done that yet, but that's typically what this does. And we're still pretty new. We're trying to maybe sell to vendors or stuff like that, but we're not there yet. So that's what those will be used for.
So then you mentioned that you're gonna try to sell to other vendors. What is there anybody like specifically in mind?
Oh, I guess not necessarily vendors, more just like stuff at the like festivals, like we're the vendor, like stuff like that. I
Okay.
miss
So
stuff, but
like
yeah.
running like a booth at like
Yeah,
the Apple Butter
yes,
Festival.
yeah. Like being a vendor, yes, yeah.
Okay. Well, I'd like to thank you for coming on to
Yes.
Chuck's Corner, and that is it for today. And I hope you guys tune in for next week's Chuck's Corner.
Yes, tune in.